Welcome everybody. For today's practice, we'll be using an armless chair, and you might like to have a blanket with you as well. We'll begin either seated in the chair, or for a deeper hip opening, sit down on the floor in your favorite posture. Lotus, butterfly, cross-legged. And as you inhale, stretch your arms up, reach through the fingertips and lengthen through your side body. Exhale, feel yourself ground down, but with every inhale, see if you can lengthen the space between your hips and armpits more. Exhale, draw the low ribs down and in. Keep stretching. Chest will stay proud as you slide your hands down to the center of your chest. Anjali Mudra, prayer hands. Keep lengthening up from your roots to crown, turning your attention inward towards your breath. Getting centered and grounded to begin our practice. And if you notice the mind or the eyes getting distracted, maybe close down your eyes so you can focus more on your breath. And where you're sitting, try to find that plumb line where you stack your ears, your shoulders, and your hips in one line. If you're sitting on the floor, try to lean back slightly. And if you're sitting in a chair, use your own strength to hold you upright so that you're not leaning against the back seat of the chair. And scan your body for tension. Relaxing your temples and your jawline. Allow your shoulders to sink away from your ears, but keep lifting your heart up to the sky. And with each inhale, inflate your lungs, sternum rises up towards your thumbs. With each exhale, you deflate and soften. And ground down through your sit bones, but keep lengthening up from your hips to your ears. And if you'd like to set a dedication or an intention for your practice, what is your purpose for coming to your yoga practice today? To create space in your body, perhaps. To find grounding. Maybe practicing for a certain person or higher purpose. As you breathe in, invite in whatever qualities it is that you need to guide you. And as you breathe out, let go of anything that blocks you. You'll be doing left nostril breathing now. You'll use the right thumb to block off your right nostril. We're going to tune into the lunar channel of the body. activating your calm, cool side. Observe a couple normal breaths. And then take your thumb or even the index finger to the right nostril. Exhale through your left. Breathe in through your left, long and steady. Exhale, let it go through your left nostril. Inhale slow. Exhale, release. And continue on your own, trying to lengthen out your breath more and more so that the breath in lasts between 5 to 8 second count. Keeping the symmetry, try to exhale for the same amount of time, that 5 to 8 second count. Last cycle of breath. And at the bottom of this exhale, release your right hand down. Make your way to stand in mountain pose. Starting with your feet hip width distance so that your ankles are underneath your hip creases. Now bend your knees and tuck your tailbone, lengthening it down towards your heels, finding space and length in the low back. And keep your chest proud. Straighten your legs. You have that plumb line again. Ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles all in one line. Now try stepping the feet together, side by side. Once again, bend your knees and lengthen your tailbone down. Keep your tailbone tucked. Straighten out your legs. Shoulders are soft away from your ears so that your collarbones are broad. Palms could face into the thighs or forward. And slightly tuck your chin to lengthen the back of your neck. Mountain pose is such an important posture. Stay active in your feet, pressing in with those four corners, mounds of the big toes, mounds of the pinky toes, back through your heels. And feel that energy rise up the legs. Inner thighs spiral backwards slightly, still keeping the length in your low back. Lifting up through your sternum, lengthening up through your crown. Keeping our spine's natural curves without any over-exaggeration. Really important, especially for anyone who's hypermobile. All right, let's set up our first pose with the chair. The seat is going to face inward on your left side, back of the chair facing out. Now you may need a blanket for underneath your thigh, especially if you feel like the chair is a little low. We're going to take Warrior 2, right leg forward, left foot back. And let your thigh sink down onto the blanket or the chair, starting with a bend in your back knee. as you straighten your back leg, press down through your back heel, especially that pinky side edge. You could keep your hands on the back of the chair or stretch your arms out shoulder height. And keep stretching armpits to fingertips, letting your hips sink, never losing that connection through the feet. Can you find those four corners once again? Spreading out through your toes. And tune into the power of your breath. In and out through your nose if possible. Keep the focus of the foundation of your feet. Your arches stay active. You may need to lift your toes if your arches feel like they're falling asleep. And really press in with that pinky side edge of your left foot. Keeping that pinky side edge either parallel to the short edge of your mat, or it might feel better for you to bring your toes slightly in on an angle. Keep drawing your left thigh back towards your left hamstring, allowing your hips to sink. Right knee towards your right side pinky edge. Your ankles are active. Your breath is calm and long. If you've stretched the arms out, bring them back to the back of your chair. Keep your chest proud, your shoulders soft. And last few breaths in the pose. Release the pose with care. You can use your right hand in front of your right thigh to help push you away. And then slide the chair to the opposite end of your mat. And you'll turn now so that your left foot will be at the back of your mat, stepping over the chair, lowering that left thigh down, starting with a bend in your right knee. As you straighten your back leg, you'll press your right heel down, grounding down through that pinky side edge. Once again, maybe using the blanket so that your thigh can ground down. You may even need a blanket or a book underneath your front foot if your limbs are a little shorter. Square your chest to the back of the chair. And once again, you can keep the hands there. Or whenever you're ready to, you can stretch your arms out to shoulder height. Always keeping the foundation of your feet the focus. So if, like on the first side, it feels better to turn your right toes in slightly, go ahead. Press back through your heel, lengthen down through your right calf. Keeping your right thigh firm. Left thigh gets heavier and heavier the longer we stay. And your left knee stays above your left ankle. And see if you can reach your upper body back towards your right leg a little more. Stacking your shoulders with your hips. And strengthening your shoulders and your triceps if your arms are extended. And if at any point your shoulders do talk to you, you could flip your palms out to the side and squeeze the shoulder blades more together, or even flip the palms up to the ceiling for a little relief. But like in all yoga poses, what's going to help you to stay is the power and the focus on your breath. Keeping each cycle of breath long and calm. My teacher says I used to play, but now I stay. Can you stay with sensation? But relax into the intensity. When you're ready, hands come down, back of the chair. And then we'll slowly exit the pose. And place the chair now at the top of your mat with the seat facing you. We're going to do a hip opening posture now. Your right foot is going to step to the right of the chair, about half a hip's width. And step your left foot onto the chair. Might need the blanket, might not. Your left knee is going to angle out slightly, left toes angle out slightly. Hinge at your hips, begin to fold. Now, if it feels okay, you'll fold, tucking your chin in, letting your head hang freely. If you are feeling any sensation in your back, you'll lift up higher. If you're close to a wall, you could even use your hands on the wall or place your hands on the back of the chair. If it feels okay, maybe you hinge a bit more and rest your forehead to the back of your chair. So feel free to try all of the options out before you settle in. Again, you don't have to go to 100% depth right away. So if you were folding over your straight leg and it's feeling like it's too much for you to stay for a couple minutes, maybe come and use the back of your chair. And things can shift with time. You're keeping that right leg straight, stamping your right foot into the floor. Important to keep that right leg all in one line, your hip, your knee, your ankle. And try to keep your sit bones level, bringing your left hip back slightly, right hip forward slightly. Torso sink down with every exhale breath, relaxing into the intensity of the posture. best to stay with it. Final moments in the pose. Can you rest more attention on your breath? And with your inhale, begin to release your spine coming out of the posture. Once you're back upright, step your left foot off of the chair. And we'll set up the other side. If you want to move the chair to your right, you can. Left foot is going to line up with the leg closest to you, about half a hip's width distance away. Step your right foot up, keeping your knee and your toes angled slightly to the right. Square your hips forward. Inhale, lengthen up through your chest. When you exhale, hinge at your hips to initiate your fold. And you're welcome to try out all of those same variations. Maybe you're folding and bringing the crown of your head towards the seat of your chair. Maybe you're resting your forehead to the back of your chair. Maybe your elbows rest there like I am now. Hands could be there or even on the wall. And use the first minute to find the place where you can hold, allowing your body to receive the pose. Being cautious of your back, so not pushing it too far. And then allow gravity to help open up this right hip. Your left leg will stay straight, firm and strong. Keeping that same alignment, hip, knee, and ankle all in one line. You'll slowly pull the outer edge of your left hip back as you send the outer edge of your right hip forward. And whenever you feel the body releasing, giving you that invitation to go deeper, maybe you fold a little more without forcing. Just allowing your body that time and space, guiding yourself with your breath. Next inhale, release your spine, release the pose, stepping your right foot off of the chair. Now we'll move the chair back behind us. We're going to come to sit in it, right in the middle of your mat. And once you get there, hands on the legs. Let's do some seated cat-cow work. So as you breathe in, heart up, look up. As you breathe out, round. Inhales, you'll lift. Exhale, you'll tuck the chin in and look towards the center of your body. Move with your breath. Return to neutral. And we'll set up a little deeper hip opener by crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. Figure 4 legs. You want to find the place that feels good in your knee and your ankle. So might need to slide your right foot more left or more right. And we'll start to hinge at our hips to increase sensation. And option 1 is to reach your right arm in between your legs. Option 2 is to reach your arms in front of your right shin. And I know for me in this one, I needed something to elevate the space between my chest and my shin. So I'm using a blanket here. You could reach right arm through, left arm outside of the left leg. You could start with both arms forward. Or maybe it's better for both elbows to rest onto your right shin. And once again, use the first minute to readjust. And do your best to come to stillness. Feeling a deeper opening on the outside of your right hip. Stretching into your glutes. You can also feel this in your low back and your hamstring, even down your right IT band. Just want to avoid feeling any pressure in your knee. So if you do, draw your right toes back. And try to activate the muscles on your outer right shin. And spread your toes and press out through your right heel. Keeping that little bit of activity in the low body as you soften your upper body. As you relax into the pose, if you feel the invitation to move deeper into the forward fold, you always can. Keep your breath soft, sending it towards the backside of your lungs as you inflate. Soften your chest down towards your thighs on your exhale, deflating the lungs. With this inhalation, release the pose, rising back up. Little counter pose now. Slide forward to the front of your chair. Should feel like your sit bones are on the edge and you can tilt forward, keeping the right leg straight to feel that stretch from your right sit bone down to your right heel. Nice little counter pose, releasing any congestion in that outer right hip. Let the upper body hang heavy. Getting that hinging sensation through your hips. Feel like you're almost lengthening your sit bones back towards the back of the chair as you stretch your heart more forward towards your right toes. Bottom of this exhale, release the posture, coming back upright. And let's set up that hip opener on the opposite side. Slide your hips back into the chair. And when you're ready, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, finding that figure 4 shape. Again, you want to feel like your ankle is supported. So find the place that you can hold, still drawing the left toes back. Left knee opens left. Inhale to begin. As you exhale, hinge forward. And once again, you could try reaching the left arm in between the legs, or bring both arms in front of your left shin. Using props to fill in any space, or maybe to rest your elbows on. And this side might be different, so no expectations of where you'll go. What's the tightness level like in your outer left hip? In the back of your left thigh, your hamstring, your IT band, and your low back. Breathe to receive and let your body soften with time. As your body softens, feel free to readjust. Maybe to go deeper, you just lengthen out your breath more, especially the exhales. Last big cycle of breath. Once you're empty, no rush, release with care. Rising back up and uncross the left leg. Sliding forward to the front of your chair. Left leg straight for the hamstring stretch. Hinge forward, lengthening through the spine. Your hands can rest on your leg or maybe down to the floor. Left toes turn back towards your face. And find that tipping point right on your sit bones, where you're pressing your left sit bone back to extend your front torso more forward. Okay, come on out of that one. Back up to seated. And we'll come down off of the chair onto the floor now. You're going to turn around and face the chair so that you can slide your shins, your calves, onto the seat of your chair. Taking this as our final pose of rest. The feet are elevated, knees are bent. Let your upper body rest heavy. Option to keep one hand on your belly, maybe one hand on your chest. You might like both hands on your abdomen, or even both arms by your side. But let the floor receive you, releasing control over your breath. Softening your forehead. Slight separation of your teeth and your mouth. Feel the back of your shoulders and your hips sink into the floor. Your calves are heavy. Your heels are heavy. Giving your body a chance to soak up the benefits of these postures. There's never any rush to leave your final pose of rest. Take all the time you need. And thank you for your practice. Namaste.